All new today, a Dr. Phil event.
I decided to hit the road and make some good old-fashioned house calls.
I want it to stop. I'm at the end of my rope.
I'm going in.
Unlike anything you've seen.
I'm going to try to give these folks a wake-up call. Knock, knock.
Oh my goodness.
No way.
Good to meet you.
It's like you're a household name and like now you're in my house.
Our problem's serious enough to have you come?
Apparently so.
Wow.
6 house calls.
Why have you not spoken to your dad in 5 years? There was no script for what we did.
I think you got a lot more out of us from coming to our house than maybe we would have on a stage.
100%.
To be honest, what you did was nothing short of a miracle.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Request I've gotten through the years has been, hey, Doc, you think you could make a house call? Well, it's something I've always wanted to do because that puts me right there in the home court where sparks fly. So I decided to hit the road and make some good old-fashioned house calls. Now, I hope you've caught a few. It's all for my new CBS primetime docuseries called House Calls with Dr. Phil. Take a look. For years, I've helped people confront their issues and challenges on my stage.
Clear for takeoff.
But now I'm doing something I've never done before. Traveling across America.
Why are you asking me? It's you.
Calling on families who need help the most.
I'm not that guy.
I'll be surprising these families where they least expect it. Guess who's coming to dinner? Their very own home.
Oh my goodness.
No way.
Oh my God.
Join me on House Calls. Thousands and thousands of families submitted asking for guidance with all sorts of issues from marriage to parenting to blended families. Well, we narrowed it down to 6 families to begin with, and only one person in the family knew I was coming. The rest thought they were auditioning for some reality show, so they were fully aware that there were cameras being installed in their house. They just had no idea that I was involved in any way whatsoever. Well, now we're a few weeks in, and the feedback has been really positive with a lot of people asking for their own house call. And we are getting flooded with viewer questions wanting to know how these families have been faring since I left their town. So today, we're going to find out. Let's start with a story that had people saying, "No way is this real, Dr. Phil." I thought the same thing. 19-year-old Lexi refused to speak to her father, Chuck, for, get this, 5 years, despite living under the same roof. People were saying, how is that possible? Well, who enabled this behavior? Well, her mom, Angela. Take a look.
My sister Lexi has completely shut my dad out, and then about 3 years ago, she cut me off entirely.
I've got a daughter upstairs who doesn't want to be with her family. It literally kills me.
I'm going in. I'm going in.
For her not to at least come down and see
Knock,
what
knock.
it does to her. Holy cow.
Hello.
Our problem's serious enough to have you come?
Apparently so.
Wow.
My dad's yelling was extreme. The neighbors, they called the cops like a couple times.
CJ, you said when you knew your dad was coming home, you actually got sick at your stomach.
Yeah.
Wow. I never thought my kids feared me like that.
CJ, stand up. I want you to turn around and face your dad. What would you like to say to CJ?
I just can't believe I did that to you. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, bud.
Let's talk about Lexi and Chuck.
Freshman year, my dad took my phone away for a couple weeks. My mom was sneaking my phone back to me like every night.
I was letting her do the phone because she was pulling on my heartstrings.
Christine saw that I had my phone and she immediately told my dad.
I got the phone and threw it in the pool.
That was my breaking point.
Lexi got her phone taken away to begin with because she chooses illegal underage drinking. You did what you said you were going to do. You took it, you threw it in the swimming pool.
Yep.
So you immediately said to Lexi, we're going to define this relationship based on deceit, disrespect, and deception.
Those are some strong words.
So how's that worked out for you?
I feel sick that I did this and it's my fault that I did that. I want my family back. I want my daughter back in here with us.
Okay, guys, I'm heading upstairs.
I'm just holding my breath right now that Dr. Phil could actually get up there and perform a miracle.
What in the world? No way.
Good to meet you. May I stay and talk to you?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Why have you not spoken to your dad in 5 years?
That was the only way I could hurt him back. It's been so long, I don't know how to approach it.
All you got to do is just walk with me.
Let's do it. This is insane. I don't know. I'm just...
Come in and have a seat.
Okay.
This is crazy. 5 years I haven't been this close to her.
It's weird staring like you in the face right now. Like I haven't like looked at you in years. So I feel like I'm just avoiding that.
I have a strong belief that nobody confesses in a crowd. That's why I had to ask the family to leave. Lexi, can you move over there on that end of the couch?
I'm ready to move past this. And I feel like I can only do that if I do forgive you.
Thank you.
We got Lexi downstairs, but these two will really have to work on their communication if this is going to last. Well, hey guys.
Hi, Dr.
How you doing, bud?
Thank you so much for opening your home and letting me in and kind of leaning into the whole process. It really meant a lot.
We really appreciate it.
I think you got a lot more of that out of us from coming to our house than maybe we would have
100%.
on a stage.
Yeah. I love this format of being on the stage, but where I'm laser focused on an issue here and I have an hour to do it, but going to your home and getting to really meet you and be where you live and having, the extra time and being there more than an hour, being there for days and having the opportunity to really dig in was just very rewarding for me. I learned a lot from getting to do that, a lot that has really changed the way I do some of the things that I do here.
Yeah, rewatching the show, it's almost like I think people at home don't realize, like there was months in the process of dealing with your team and knowing that you and Robin, because I had that conversation with you.
Yeah, there's Robin.
You knew our family by name and you knew our situation and you cared enough about us to come out and actually fix something where people at home don't realize all that time that was put into it.
Yeah.
And the time that you spend at our house, I mean, they only saw 45-minute segment and they just don't realize all that was done, the work that was put in to get us where we are now.
Lexi finally came downstairs to face her father, but it wasn't over yet. The moment that brought them both to tears and closer together next.
His eyesight is not that good. And I was wondering why he was just staring at those pictures for so long.
Well, look, after I got Lexi to come downstairs to see her father after 5 years, and one of the first things she said was, "You look really old." Let's just start a fight right out of the. Let's start a fight right out of the, I decided to up the ante with a very specific exercise. Take a look, and then we'll talk. I've set up a little outing for father and daughter. Welcome to Escape Room. You must cooperate and communicate. You want to win this game.
I had no idea that I was going to be in the room with my dad alone.
This was too perfect
Oh,
for
you
this.
have no idea.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
This is so good that they have to communicate.
Leave the cabin and enter the first door on your left.
First door right there.
They're really helping each other.
This is a missing piece.
She got that.
This in here.
Congratulations.
They've won the game.
I enjoyed that. It was
Yes.
fun working together.
I'm really proud of you guys. This means everything.
This is what I needed. I can't even put it in words how I feel right now.
What has happened since I left? What's gone on since I left?
So much.
I mean, We're going out to dinners again. We're in the same room, believe it or not. We're in the same room.
Right.
And she's not storming off. And it's amazing.
We're a family again.
Yeah.
Like-
and you've really leaned into this, right?
I remember you telling me you have to be put in uncomfortable situations in order to make it comfortable again. And I really engraved that in my mind and really put it towards our relationship.
Now, we came in really focused on the Lexi dad dynamic. And CJ, you were such an important spark plug in this whole thing from the beginning and being transparent about your feelings with your dad. And so, we pivoted into that, and it meant a lot. And I noticed something in the escape room. I really watched you watch your dad look at the bulletin board we had up of a lot of pictures that had been taken of things that he missed during those 5 years. And I saw a change in you while you were watching him. What was going on?
My dad with diabetes, his eyesight is not that good.
Right.
And one of his eye was already kind of hard to see out of. And I was wondering why he was just staring at those pictures for so long. And, it was the last day that we were filming and stuff. And I had to find out from my mom that it was because he was losing eyesight in his other eye. And he wanted the last thing he saw to be our family photos. It just kind of showed me I had built up these walls for so many years.
Yeah. To be there with him during that time.
Mm-hmm. And it just kind of showed me how much I really do care for you. I don't know. I think I needed that a little bit. Just to really set in stone that I love you.
It was kind of ironic. Right after the show, I woke up in the morning the next day. It had totally gone. She goes, finally got my dad back, and now he's blind. Technically, for a couple days I have good doctors in Utah, and they got me back going.
I'm so proud of y'all from the time we started that to where we are now. It's just inspirational to people to see what you can do if you really lean into it and put your minds and hearts to it.
What you did was nothing short of a miracle, to be honest.
Well, and you guys created it. I was just there to kind of nudge along. So God bless you for doing it.
Did a great job.
Well,
This is just a little something from my family to you.
yeah.
And obviously what you've done for us is absolutely amazing. So we just want to gift this to you.
Oh, wow. Okay. This says, Dr. Phil, repairing families, forever grateful, the Murrays. So a wrench for fixing the family.
I wasn't sure that we would ever get another chance to see you, so.
Getting the second chance to see you and give you a little token of our appreciation, and I mean, we're blessed. Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, this will go prominently in my office straight across the way. So thank you very much. It means a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, coming up, a blended family that pulled on everybody's heartstrings after the unexpected death of their beloved son, brother, and friend. Each member of this family coped in their own unhealthy way. We'll catch up with them next.
It's just such a tragic event to lose a brother. It's tearing our family apart.
I'm mad at Terry because he didn't reach out to Stephen in the end. I'm mad at Alex because when him and Stephen got in a fight, he called the police.
You say that you don't communicate. There's a couple of things I want y'all to do for me. Everybody stand up. Brittany, when I say go, I want you to be brutally honest. I've had this dream of going where people live, being in their home environment, because that's where all the drama happens, where all the triggers are. And I finally got to make some house calls. And my next visit to San Jose, California was much needed because Brenda and Terry's family was falling apart in their own home. Their marriage was crumbling, their family was crumbling. 2 years ago, their beloved son, Stephen, tragically died from a drug overdose. Now, they never had a proper funeral for him, so the family was always grieving, and everything was falling down around their ears. Take a look. Get rocking it. Thank you. Okay, so what do we got, gang?
When you lose a child, you go through so many emotions. You hate everyone, you blame everyone. My son died. I'm pissed.
My relationship with Stevie wasn't as good before he died.
Before we lost Stephen, I said, please, Terry, I need you to reach out to Stephen as a father.
I thought I was doing the right thing for my son.
It's just such a tragic event to lose a brother. It's tearing our family apart.
I'm mad at Terry because he didn't reach out to Stephen in the end. I'm mad at Alex because when him and Stephen got in a fight, he called the police.
The family has not really coped with Stephen's passing. After it happened, everyone kind of went off in their own direction. They split apart. Since Stevie passed away, Dad has taken an unfair share of the blame.
Why are you saying this? Let's hear what Terry has to say about it.
I'm telling you, I'm saying what I feel.
They're going in circles. I got to go talk to these people.
All I'm saying is I feel like you need to ease up on Dad.
You don't think it was hard for me? Like, nobody can get into that depth.
This is based on my observations.
I'm not.
It's Dr. Phil.
Before I say another word, I have to say to you all, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
With regard to Stevie. It's been 2 years, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How'd the funeral go? Haven't had one.
Yeah.
We were not in the best of place.
He died about 2 years ago, and this family's been dying ever since. I've listened to interviews with every single one of you, and you say that you don't communicate. There's a couple of things I want y'all to do for me, if you will. You're just going to have to take a little blind leap of faith with me here. Yeah, we all do this with me?
Yeah.
Take a chance?
All right.
Okay. Everybody stand up. Brittany, when I say go, I want you to be brutally honest. I want you to say one of four things. I trust you, I don't trust you, I don't know if I trust you, or I'd rather not say.
Of course I trust you.
I trust you.
Make eye contact with Alex.
I'm sorry. Because you didn't deserve the way I treated you. You didn't deserve it. I'm sorry.
Brenda has not been able to move on. I want to focus on Brenda's inability to accept the loss of her son and push her to admit her anger and frustration. And you know what killed him?
Heroin.
Who put the needle in his arm?
He did it.
Until you can own that, then you can't forgive him for it.
I hate that he did it.
Was there a minute he was alive that you didn't love him?
Never.
Can you let the guilt go?
Okay, yes.
Celebrate him?
You're right.
Can you
let it go? Yes, I can. There's such a load lifted, just to be completely honest.
I'm getting my baby back.
The emotional dam broke, and immediately I see the undercurrents of a lot of other issues. Are you drinking too much?
5-6 days out of the week.
If today's about being real, I will provide you with a top-level dual diagnosis inpatient treatment program to get you where you need to be. You give this some thought. I want to meet with the whole family tomorrow. I think it would really mean a lot.
Yesterday was pretty heavy, so I think we're all in a better headspace than we were 2 or 3 days ago after meeting with Dr. Phil. So I think we're all excited to be together as a family and find out what we're going to be doing today.
We had a long day yesterday, and I said it's time to leave some pain and guilt.
Yeah. Right. I see this as both an ending and a beginning. Each of us are always going to have Stevie with us in our hearts. Our family needed this to give us that push.
Ben, I extended an offer to you, asked you to give it some thought. Have you made a decision?
I think it is an offer I'd like to take you up on.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
I want everybody to think of the most wonderful, sweet, joyful memory that you can of Stevie. No misery, no pain. 1, 2, 3, let it go. Little different setting than last time we were together in your home. And Ben is joining us virtually from Paris. Ben, hello.
Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Good to see you. So you guys get to see Ben. So really, it's just terrific to see the two of you. Tell me how you're doing.
We're doing much, much better. It started to change for me when, first of all, when you walked in and I thought, oh my goodness, you know, they brought out the big guns. This must be very serious. And when I started to see myself, the way I was behaving and how others were perceiving me. And when we were face to face, instantly, I hadn't seen his eyes like that in a long time.
What changed almost immediately was her willingness to communicate again, to let me in and to share things with me.
Yeah.
And that was huge. That changed right away.
Yeah.
And we've just sort of built on that since.
Now, Ben, I don't have a rehab in Paris, but you're in Paris.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, well, so what happened between that day and today?
The timing didn't really work for me. I actually start classes for my master's degree next week.
Uh-huh.
And I'm actually going to be starting work next week as well.
I'm going to tell you that offer is open to you. And if you get to the point that you feel like it's truly in your best interest, just know that you have that there.
Thank you.
Are you guys glad I darkened your door?
Yes, very.
Oh, yeah.
Stevie has to be proud of everything that you guys have done. So God bless you both.
Thank
and Ben,
you.
Thank you.
best of luck to you. Coming up, what do you do when your parents put you in the middle of their mess? 2 teenage brothers asked me to mediate their family's tug-of-war. We'll find out if the game is over next.
We resented our dad for not being there for us. I don't know if I want a relationship with my dad.
I'm going to ask you to role play their point of view. You two stand up. You know what it feels like for us to know that your dad's not proud of you?
You know what it feels like? You know that your dad's not proud of you?
Feel it in here.
I think I'm done with this.
No, you're not. What I love about my new docuseries, House Calls with Dr. Phil, was being able to spend multiple days with families. I went to see teen brothers, Jose Jr. and James. They say their narrow-minded police father, Jose Sr., has a stubborn my way or the highway attitude that makes things impossible to have a healthy relationship with him. Plus, the boys say they felt like their mother, Liz, put them in the middle of their parents' adult problems. Take a look.
We just got to clear and check this camera.
Rolling on all robos.
Jose and I, we went really fast. We were inseparable, but I found out he was cheating.
I tried my best, but at the same time, I wasn't loyal.
We resented our dad for not being there for our mom and for not being there for us. I don't know if I want a relationship with my dad.
All right, I should get in there. Knock, knock.
Oh my God!
Where's everybody?
It was really shocking when Dr. Phil walked through this.
What do you think about these two? What is it they want?
They both would like to be singers.
Does their dad believe in this?
No.
Well, hello. How you doing?
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Now, these two are still upset about things that happened 15 years ago.
You were parading around town with your friends, drinking, living your life, and still doing all the things that you would be doing as a single man.
This woman needs to hear you say, I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry.
I am so sorry that I made you look like a bad guy.
I appreciate it.
Next, I'm going to work with just Jose Sr. and the boys to try to get each one to see the other's point of view. I'm going to ask you to role play their point of view. You two stand up. Go ahead.
I think you come home and you have cop syndrome.
You know what it feels like for us to know that your dad's not proud of you?
You know what it feels like? To know that your dad's not proud of you?
Feel it in here.
You know what, Dr. Phil, I think I'm done with this.
No, you're not. Has there been 1 second of that young man's life that you haven't been glad he was here and proud of him?
Never. I've always been proud of him.
He doesn't know how to say all of this all the time, but he's here because he's learning. I want Jose Sr. and his sons to walk in each other's shoes, starting with the boys. Their dad's job in the police force puts him in extreme danger every day.
We had just been through recently with the riots. My own police car that got vandalized.
Wow. It could have been you.
Yeah, it could have been me.
To hear my dad talk about his experiences, it was definitely really eye-opening.
Now it's time for Jose Sr. to step into the boys' world. Now, Richie here is the real deal. I'm talking Lady Gaga's signature move, okay?
Yeah.
He choreographs for her. So let's put these guys to work.
Let's do it.
It's dance time.
Yeah.
Dad?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay. All right, come on. Hip, hop, hop.
Hey, he's pretty good. Jose Sr.'s pretty good here.
Look at he got it. D-A-N-C-E. Hips, jump.
That was good.
The boys are starting to see things with different eyes.
I'd just like to thank Dr. Phil for what he did for me and my boys and the whole family. Hopefully it'll help and continue to help bring us together.
Okay, well, it's good to see you guys. And I have to tell y'all, this is one good cook right here. I'm no fool. I got me a chair and I sat down and this is some good. Did I not tell you when I got home? She was one good cook. Now, look, when I came in, there were some real issues that were going on, and you say that you guys no longer put these boys in the middle. Is that true?
That is very true, sir. Yeah.
I think things are a lot better now. I think that we're working better now. So what you're saying is true. I think that we're working together more to help them the best we could.
Yeah. What's your experience?
I feel that my mom and my dad, they're able to laugh. They talk. They'll share each other's victories. I know that my parents are on the same page. We're not only defending us, but each other.
I'm really grateful for the fact that we were able to have this opportunity to allow our parents to grow together to help us.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off of you. These are the grandmothers, by the way.
Yes.
When we come back, my next stop, Parker, Colorado, to a family who claims their stepfather was a narcissist and their mother was a drama queen. We'll find out if their chaotic household calmed down after my next house call. We'll be right back.
My mom and Mark's marriage is incredibly toxic.
If you would
I'm not that guy.
When my mom met Mark told her that he didn't want to raise a child that wasn't his.
She heard it exactly right. I am not their father.
Are you a narcissist? In my new CBS primetime docuseries, House Calls with Dr. Phil, I decided to pack my bags, hit the road, and go where the drama happens. Tonight, I head to Parker, Colorado to surprise a family that claims their stepdad is a narcissist and their mother is a drama queen. This week, I'm heading to Parker, Colorado.
My mom and Mark's marriage is incredibly toxic.
If you would
I'm not that guy.
My dad went to work for Mark, and then my little brother Blake, so everybody works for Mark.
I've tried to help everyone in the family better their life.
Mark is an absolutely awful boss.
Mark has a lot of narcissistic tendencies.
We just came off of a record-breaking year, and a lot of that had to do with me.
All right, I've seen enough.
Every single person in here can be replaced.
I'm going to try to give these folks a wake-up call.
You know what you don't like? You don't like a woman who sticks up to you.
Knock, knock. Can I come in?
Oh my goodness, Dr. Phil.
I reference you. Anytime I do something, I'm like, what would Dr. Phil think about what I just said?
I had to do a double take. I was like, is that Dr. Phil?
I'm anxious to sit down and talk with you guys.
When Dr. Phil walked through the door, I was kind of starstruck by you.
I've been studying you guys.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
Well, let's take a look at this.
Respect and love is important to me.
I like to achieve.
What are you guys fighting about now?
Please go away. This is between me and Mom.
Are you a narcissist?
Guilty.
When my mom met Mark told her that he didn't want to raise a child that wasn't his.
She heard it exactly right. I am not their father.
If somebody tells me my kids aren't welcome, then I'm not welcome. You can kiss my ass, I'm out of here. Are you aware of the impact it's had on her?
There's no excuse. No excuse to pick him over my child.
Michelle is clearly the adult child who has been most negatively impacted by the toxic choices, behaviors, and outright abandonment by her own mother. What do you want?
I just want to be the opposite of how I was raised for my kids.
Do you feel damaged?
I just didn't feel like I was very important, and I looked for people to solidify that. And when people did care, I made sure that they stopped. And I purposely find people that I know are going to take me in a negative way.
So you poison them so they can predict that you'll be high risk in the future, so they better get away from you. They'll drop your dead ass.
Right. So that when they leave, I can at least say, well, I knew that that was going to happen.
Well, you got quite a little scam going, don't you?
I guess so.
Meet my sister.
Look your mother in the eye. You have to search within yourself to forgive her for those decisions that she made that hurt you. Can you do that? Well, that episode airs tonight. So if you want to see the rest of the story, you can see it tonight. So Donna, why were you surprised to learn that your daughters had real issues with you and what you were doing that caused them to not have the respect for you that you would want them to have?
I think just because that had never been communicated, and I always felt like we communicated, so obviously I was way off.
Michelle pulled me aside right when I was about to take off to visit the next family, and we're going to talk about that right after the break. There were a lot of other issues besides Mark and them describing him as a narcissist that came to light when I made the house call in Parker, Colorado. After we finished the taping, Michelle pulled me aside and revealed something that the viewers did not get to see, right?
Yes.
And you came and talked to me and said what?
Well, I basically asked for your help to get me off of the Suboxone medication that I had been on since I got sober 7 years ago.
I said I would do that.
Yes.
And so what's happened since?
I am 37 days sober from my medication.
Okay. The episode with this family and all of its issues and drama and victories all airs tonight on CBS at 9 p.m. And then next week I head to Atlanta, Georgia to help a couple on the verge of breaking up. Take a look. No matter how serene a neighborhood may feel, behind closed doors, you never know what you're going to find.
Every day, I'm in the bed sleeping by myself because she wants to sleep down the hall.
I do not think I want to do this marriage anymore.
This week, I'm answering a house call in a beautiful suburb of Atlanta, Georgia. Knock, knock.
Dr. Phil.
Oh my. When Dr. Phil walked in, I didn't have a clue. I was kind of mad. I totally was feeling underdressed. Like, this outfit's $20 and I felt like it should have been at least a $100 outfit.
This is not his problem. This is y'all's problem. You have to take some ownership in this too.
Every time I try to hug her, she'd tell me don't touch her. She set a boundary to where if she cries,
one time.
Man up, your wife's in pain.
I've never thought that I would need anybody, and then when I did, nobody was there.
Do you think divorce would solve your problem? I see something worth saving, and I'm like a dog with a bone. I ain't turning this loose.
See what you just did there?
You know, it takes a significant event to change directions. And I wanted today to be a significant event that you would remember. Come in. That airs next Wednesday, September 15th at 9 p.m. When we come back, I head to San Francisco to meet a family who was sitting right here on this stage and didn't listen to a word I said. So I did something unprecedented. You don't want to miss it. That's next. We'll be right back.
On Dr. Phil.
Your parents asked us to escort you to Dr. Phil.
I don't need help.
She's beautiful
We don't want you in jail. Why would I end up in jail?
Because you're breaking the law.
and out of control.
You're not going to class.
This young man is autistic. Have you bullied him?
No, I love that kid.
You say she's made you take her shopping and get her nails done.
I tried to say no, but she gets threatening.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Maria and Troy say their beautiful 16-year-old daughter, Ashlyn, is probably the worst out-of-control child you'll ever meet.
You think I'm gonna have a conversation about this every day?
You're dropping out of school
I'm not dropping out. They kicked me out.
because you're not going to class.
I am though. I am. Can you get the out?
Well, according to Mom and Dad, Ashlyn started smoking at age 10. She was sneaking out her window and running away by age 11. And by the time she turned 14, Mom and Dad shipped her off to a boarding school for an attitude adjustment. Well, Maria and Troy say that 16-month-long stint did nothing. They've lost complete control. And now Ashlyn doesn't bother to sneak out anymore. She just walks right out the front door in the middle of the night. She comes home when she wants to shower, eat, take a nap. She just uses it sort of as a crash pad.
It's like 5:15 in the morning. I am going upstairs to see if Ashlyn is in her room. And this is her room. And she's not here. And this is every night. We need help so bad, Dr. Phil, if there's any way you can help us.
Well, Maria and Troy say the last time they tried to stop Ashlyn from leaving, she punched her mother in the stomach. She spit in her dad's face.
My daughter Ashlyn is out of control.
They kicked you out since Monday.
Ashlyn is the most disrespectful child I know.
She's so manipulative and narcissistic.
She is verbally abusive. She calls me bitch. We literally cannot keep her at home.
Ashlyn used to sneak out through the window, and now she just leaves.
I've gone into her room at 5 a.m. This is her room, and she's not here. We don't know where she is.
Sometimes Ashlyn stays out for days at a time.
Ashlyn no longer is attending school and just recently was kicked out of a homeschooling program.
You're not going to class.
I am though.
You're not.
I am.
One time, she got physically violent and punched me in the stomach and slapped me in the face.
Another time, Ashlyn started throwing furniture. I had to actually sit on top of her until the police came.
My husband and I decided to send her to a church academy boot camp.
We told her it was a really good boarding school in Florida. She was at the boot camp almost 17 months.
Ashlyn is worse now than before she went to the boot camp. She's drinking, doing drugs, stealing. We don't know what to do.
We have tried everything to help Ashlyn.
At this point, we're waiting till she's 18 years old so we can throw her clothes out and she can be gone. Then she's no longer our problem.
Well, Maria and Troy say things are so bad, they've really just given up. They've given up. They just kind of checked out, said, we got nothing. No rules, no consequences, no results.
You're not going to class.
I am though.
We don't do anything to discipline Ashlyn.
I am. She doesn't get the out.
I took her shopping. She was acting up in the store, so I just let her get it because I didn't want to embarrass myself. We were driving home. She asked to go somewhere. I told her she couldn't. She started raging and she punched me in my face.